All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakodash. Slack you. Double honors to the apostles, it was Great Millstone, and shout out to you brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. And just want to hop into it, man. It's been on my spirit to touch on this topic and point, and the topic is, essentially our Lord, when he came on this earth, he came on earth as a man. He is a God, but he came on earth as a man, a little lower than the angels, meaning his father and mother had sex, meaning he has a earthly father. All right, he has an earthly father. I'm going to hit the precepts on it, man. But, hey, it says it right here plainly, Hebrews 2. Verse 9, but we see how a child who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death. And what is to be a little lower than the angels is just that now he had weakness. He could die. Or he could be tempted. That's what it means to be in this flesh. The flesh is weak. All right, the flesh is weakness. Subject to vanity. This is Romans 8. Romans 8 and 20. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope. All right, so the flesh is subject to vanity. I'm grabbing it in the gospel. This is Mark 14:38. Watching and pray, lest he enter into temptation. The spirit truly is ready, but the flesh is weak. All right, I want to get one more. I'm going to get two more then. And the spirit of God, Hebrews 4:15. For we have not a high priest, which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted, like as we are, yet without sin. So he was in the flesh, right? So lower than angels in the flesh. Romans 6:19, I speak after the manner of men, because of the infirmity of your flesh. For as ye have yielded your members servants to uncleanness, and to iniquity unto iniquity, even so now ye your members servants to righteousness, unto holiness. But the point was, this flesh is a weakness. This flesh is an infirmity. All right, so that automatically puts us lower than angels, but only a little lower. All right. Because we have dominion over the animals. All right, we're above. We're under angels, but above animals and creatures. Everything that's been made on this earth. All right. I'll do it this way. This is Genesis 1:26, and the Most High and the powers said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. All right, so man has that dominion. So above the other creatures, but under angels, because angels don't go off. They don't sin. All right, they don't get tempted. They don't die. All right, so we're spirits that was put in this, essentially this lower state called the flesh. All right. However, as Israelites, we will get the actual dominion of all things under Yahweh Shai. All right, because as Yahweh Shai, It says it also in Psalms 82. Psalms 82 and 6. I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. So we are powers ourselves. However, right? What else though? But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. But right now we're trapped in this flesh. All right. And we know this applies to our Lord Yahweh Shai because he used it in St. John the 10th chapter. And of course, also we know it applies to him because it said it is written of him. So our Lord Yahweh Shai was made like unto his brethren. In the flesh, just like us, a little lower than angels. And those who was put in this position actually will be the ones to rule even the angels. Because it did not say that the angels was made to be ministering spirits. They was made to do service for us, man. Michael finna come stand up and fight with Israel. All right. Hey, the angels ministered unto our Lord Yahweh Shai. But the point being, hey, our Lord came in the flesh just like his brethren. All right. There's only one way to enter into this flesh, man. Only one way to enter into this flesh. When angels take the appearance of man, they never really entered the flesh. They just changed their appearance. All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7:1. I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth, which is Adam. And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of man, and the pleasure that came with sleep. And when I was born, I joined the common air and fell upon the earth, which is of like nature. And the first voice which I uttered was crying, as all others do. I was nursed in swaddling clothes, and that with cares. For there is no king that had any other beginning of birth. For all men have one interest into life, and the light going out. For our Lord Yahweh Shai to been able to die, he had to have the same interest that we have. Okay? Plain and simple. Plain, right here. A little lower than the angels. You should die like one of the princes. All right? But that's who was given dominion. This is back in now Hebrews 2 again. And 5. For unto the angels hath he not put in subjection the world to come, whereof we speak. But one in a certain place testifies, saying, what is man that thou art mindful of him, or the son of man that thou visitest him? Thou madest him a little lower than the angels. Thou crownest him with glory and honor, and didst set him over the works of thy hands. And this is quoting Psalms Salakia 8. Psalms 8. Let's quote Psalms 8. Thou hast put all things in subjection under his feet. For in that he put all in subjection under him, he left nothing that is not put under him. But now we see not yet all things put under him. So it ain't happened yet, but this is the case. Man will rule over all things. All right? And not heathen men. All right? The Israelite man, starting with Yahweh Shai. All right? Was made to rule over all things. Hey, does it not tell us in Corinthians we shall judge angels? Because we're not just men. That's the point. We're in this flesh. All right? But we will be changed. Just as our Lord Yahweh Shai, who was in the flesh, was glorified, raised up, and changed. His body became an immortal body. Okay? The flesh no longer has a dominion over him. That's the difference. We're not regular men. We are the Israelites. He prince of the power. We have power with God and man. That's what the angel told Jacob. That's what it means to be Israelite. That's what it means to be a son of God. We have power with spirits and man. It doth not yet appear, but that's what's going to happen. All right. So let me get to Psalms 8. Let me keep going. But we see Yahushua, who was made a little lower than the angels, so it's the same thing above. He was in the flesh like us. Meaning he had a father and a mother. But we see Yahushua, who was made a little lower than the angels, for the suffering of death, one way out, which means he had the one way in, crowned with glory and honor, that he by the grace of the Most High should taste death for every man. For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings. For both he that sanctifieth and they who are sanctified are all of one, for which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren. He's in the same lineage, bloodline as us. Saying, I will declare thy name unto my brethren, in the midst of the church will I sing praise unto thee. And again, I will put my trust in him. And again, behold, I and the children which the Most High hath given me. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death he might destroy him that had power of death, that is the devil, and delivered them through fear of death, were all their lifetime subject to bondage. That's why, really that's why people go off. They can't see and have the faith to know that death isn't the end all be all. So like, well, I got to get it now. They give it to that temptation because they got to get it now. For verily took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham, wherefore in all things it behooves him to be made like unto his brethren, he might be a merciful and faithful high priest, and things pertaining to the Most High, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. For in that he himself hath suffered being tempted, he is able to cure them that are tempted. That goes back to Hebrews 4 we read. All right. He was touched by the infirmities of the flesh, tempted, but he conquered them through the Spirit, because that was his lot. All right. That was his lot. To bring us out of this downfall. Just as Adam brought us into it, Yahushua brings us out of it. One man into the world, the one man is taken out. Same thing right here. All right, as planned. So let's get to Psalm 8. Psalms 8 and 3. When I considered thy heavens, the work of thy fingers, the moon and the stars which thou hast ordained, what is man that thou art mindful of him, and the son of man that thou visitest him? For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet. All means all. So those works in the heavens, hey, we're going to rule them. My father's house have many mansions. See, Esau lie and tell you the earth been around for millions of years, so that throws your mind off and perspective off. But really, this is the beginning of time. This is the beginning of time, and time is infinite, man. That's crazy. This is the beginning. There's a lot more to do after this, man. A lot more to gain, to rule and to behold the glory of the Lord, man. We haven't seen anything yet. This is just a spark. All sheep and oxen, yeah, the beasts of the field, the fowl of the air, and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever passes through the paths of the sea. O Yahweh, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. And it said this is going to man. Yahushua is that first man to receive this. All right, he was the first one glorified to be translated to something we haven't seen yet. The Son of God. Having a physical human form, not just a spirit, a physical human form that is fully operated and controlled by the Spirit, man. Perfect. As an angel is in the spirit, an angel is a spirit, and that's all it is. It can transform, appear like this, appear like that. They don't eat and drink. They can't have sex, none of that. We're going to be changed to what we're going to be spirits, ministering spirits, all right, gods, angels, but be able to do man things because we're going to have a physical form. Woof. And that starts with Yahweh Shai, man. But that was who was given the dominion, right there. To deal with the works of the Lord. This Sirach. (17) and 1. The Lord created man of the earth and turned him into it again. So we come and die, right? He gave them few days and a short time and power also over the things that ran. So we supposed to have them in. That don't even, it's not even like that anymore. The fucking lion attack you, motherfucking mosquitoes attack you unwarranted. It's just crazy. Everything just crazy, man. He endued them with the strength by themselves and made them according to his image and put the fear of man upon all flesh and gave him dominion over beasts and fowls. I'm going to jump down. It goes to the senses we received. Then the extra senses the animals don't have. Withal, verse 7, he filled them with the knowledge of understanding and showed them good and evil. Genesis say, good and evil, you should become what? A god. He set his eyes upon their hearts that he might show them the greatness of his works. He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they might declare his works with understanding. All right? So we are able to behold and understand and deal with the Lord's works. So we're going to, that's here on earth, but then also in the heavens, Colossians the 1st chapter. So we're looking forward to that, man. But the scriptures are saying this was given to man, not just regular man, the Israelite man. Starting with our Lord Yahweh Shai. This is Daniel. 7. Daniel 7 and 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven and came to the Ancient of Days. They brought him there before him. And this word for man right here, because it's 3 words for man. You got Ayash, then you have Adama, which is Adam, which means ground. It does not mean red, it means ground. All right? And then you have this word right here, Anash, which means man, human, right? Man, mortal. And it goes to right here, to be weak, sick, frail. The infirmity that Paul mentioned about this flesh. So one in the flesh, a man. All right? And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion. So that was going to be a man that will be set up and established to reign forever. That man is Yahweh Shai, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Plain and simple. So our Lord Yahweh Shai came in like we are and was changed. And that's the faith we have, that we shall be changed as he was, man. All right? And as he is. Because our Lord liveth. That's the hope and faith that we have, man. I ended on this. Uh, 2 Corinthians 4:14. Knowing that he was raised up the Lord, 2 Corinthians 4:13. We have the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believed, and therefore have I spoken. We also believe and therefore speak, knowing that this is our faith right here. This is why we teach, because we believe this. Knowing that he which raised up the Lord Yahushua shall raise up us also by Yahushua and shall present us with you. To say that our Lord Yahushua was not in the flesh as we are is to take away the faith that we have to be changed like unto him. And that's madness, man. That's what makes us pure, because we believe that as he was made pure, we too can be made pure. 1 John 3:1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of the Most High. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, Israelites, Yasharallah. And it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him. So this is something never seen before. For we shall see him as he is. And every man that hath this hope in him purified himself even as he is pure. And hope means expectation. With that, all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, El's Great Millstone. And Sausage Brothers doing this thing in sincerity, truth, and with charity. Shalom, Abba, Baba.